Over the next few years, this one Ripple system should send XRP to hundreds or even thousands of banks. In this video, we'll talk about important bank virtual Forex. Guys, thanks for all the love and support. The channel has been going crazy. I need to take some time to really teach you about this. I was lying in bed last night for hours because I couldn't sleep thinking about how I could better explain important bank virtual currency and how it will ultimately affect the price of XRP. I'm going to try to throw it at you in this movie. Mariana really is trying to change the future with what she's doing. Therefore, imagine a future kingdom of the arena where major banks have issued major financial institution digital currencies. Then ask a very simple question: how can you practically change one currency into the other? We are taking ideas from decentralized finance, or DeFi. In DeFi, people who want to switch from one coin to another often use something called an automatic marketplace maker. And what we want to do with Project Mariana is copy this idea. We are trying to build an automatic market maker for important bank digital currencies in a world with CBDC. Hopefully this will help speed up the process and lower your crossing bills. Who is the best at making fines for AMs and main bank virtual foreign money? I'll help you figure that out on your own. Also, check this out. I don't know much about history, but I think Palo used to be an American port. Feel free to ignore this, but I know that they use US dollars in Palo. And I think that before you see a big bank offering virtual Forex in the US, they might need to test it on a smaller group of people. Putting it that way is no longer correct. They need to test it on a smaller group of people. There we go. All right. The Palo CBDC for US dollars in Palo is really getting popular. A lot of people are starting to apply, and I think this could be a start for other US dollar type CBDCs that could be built out maybe in the US. Ripple is running a CBDC test with Palo. The Palo and the Palo Island Kingdom work together through Ripple. Ripple is working with Palo on a CBDC test. They said that 3 times was. Awesome. People in the National Bank of Georgia, also known as the MBG, have chosen Ripple to work with them on the digital reproject. With the help of the Ripple CBDC platform, this agreement makes a digital repilot possible. The Hong Kong CBDC is testing programmable tokenization atomic settlement. Some of the world's largest banks work with Ripple Labs. There are a few bond banks here. You have a MasterCard. On top of that, when you look at the quality of the people and organizations working together to make all of these things happen, you can see that Ripple really does have the keys to the kingdom to make these things happen. Right here, you also have Banker Republico. We're happy to say that the Central Bank of Colombia will start using the pair system Ripple on their important bank digital currency as well. You even have a Xi's press release said that Ripple is busy putting together and talking about relevant bank virtual techniques with a number of different countries. It gets better than this, though. The top vice chairman of a major bank's virtual currency, Anthony Welfare, has already said that Ripple works with up to 20 major banks in the field. A lot of those haven't been talked about yet. This is how Ripple works with Fubon Bank. So this brings us to the form of what we're talking about here. As part of the EHKD pilot scheme, let me show you this. Fubon Bank Ripple and its partners have been working for months to make it easier to access home equity and turn it into credit through a home equity line of credit HELOC loan. Right away, the credit score looks like made up KD that was safely created through Fubon Bank using the Ripple CBDC platform. So the Ripple CBDC platform is also being used to turn second mortgages and home equity lines of credit into tokens, right? Think about what will happen when you start to cross-qualify for a regular mortgage. Instead of waiting until then, just do it now. If you've ever bought a house, you know how long it takes. First, you have to get approved, which can take a few weeks. Then you have to move and have the provider come to the house. It should take a long time with cryptocurrencies, especially XRP, but on this Ripple platform, you can do it right away, which is truly amazing and a big step forward. Oh, you mean Ripple CBDC platform Hong Kong? We just talked about this. This is what it looks like you have over here. Ours CBDC, in a way, this is how the loan process works. However, XRP and Ripple generation have also grown from this. You can use MasterCard to pay for Ripple Swell 2012. People in the financial world want to join. I'll play this for 45 seconds. A lot of people know that what you think you learned is as important to crypto as the internet was in the late 1990s. When the internet first started, it became a shared community where people could send information. Blockchain is a shared community where people can shop for and trade ownership assets. It is my firm belief that that idea will come to life. The business wants to get back on board, which could not have happened any other way. There was no other way for blockchain and these business models to become popular besides with the help of the financial sector. They're coming, little one. They're going to the right. You also talked about Georgia and its work with Ripple on the CBC project, as well as its plans for the future and the crypto hub. I'll play this for you. We started the CBDC task and are still in the very early stages. We are happy to say, though, that we asked a well-known Ripple organization to help us with the piloting stage and may also be advanced. I need to take a moment to say something you already know if you look at your goal. Let us say it's 5 years from now. What if you could get any kind of service you want? In what ways? Does Georgia help? What do you want to see happen in Georgia in 5 years? Really interested in hearing your creative ideas for the use of A, N for N for N for N for N for N, BG. It won't be right from my end because I'm a referee to begin with, just to give you some numbers, quantitative, should we accept assumptions. But I think Georgia would be a better choice when it comes to becoming a center. Orador Financial Hub, we are building real infrastructure all the way through Georgia. Through our docks, we are already a port hub for goods. We help the Black Sea submarine energy cable telecom industries with their most important power pipeline jobs. I also believe that all of the current infrastructure projects are set up to serve as a great foundation for the financial services that can be built on top of them. We have a law ready that is pretty open and friendly, and we're again willing to be flexible. We're ready to make changes to a nice meeting based on what the industry wants. Although there are some sellers in the market, I'd like to see more because the Stone's capital market is still pretty thin. Okay, so Georgia's trying to get their whole economy back on track, and they may be using Ripple CBDC production to do it. With the Bank of Georgia, Ripple reached another important goal, right? Look at how those lines join. You have Palau, Hong Kong, this area now, have Montenegro. There it is, the Euro, Colombia, Bhutan, and Georgia. These are just the ones we know about. Imagine the other 15 that we don't know about. It would be crazy, right? The price is based on real world dollar transactions, and that value will start to live and grow on the XRP ledger. Bring more than $1 trillion from other currencies onto the XRP ledger. That's still every other $1 trillion that will make the fee for XRP go up, along with New Zealand Ripple companions fed to wait. For the arrival of a CBDC pilot, with pilot, we already talked about Bhutan, so Ripple is really just the tip of the iceberg here, right? You have all of those different businesses and groups. You know about the IMF, you have the BI because it's all here, and they may all be using Ripple and XRP. Just look at these banks. Check out the list of banks. All of these different banks can sign up for Ripples and start using its essential financial institution, virtual FX technology. Like Fubon Bank did, right? They can come in and get to work. It's possible for any of these banks to use Ripple's CBDC technology to make their own type of Helix system, since they all did the same thing with full-on bank, right? Think about solid coin technology too. Over the years, all of those special banks will want to make their own strong coin, and it's really only the XRP system only has a recipe for huge success. MasterCard is also designed to work with Ripple and Consensus as a CBDC partner app. It's Ripple that makes all of these things possible. As all of this money comes on chain, it should almost cause XRP to reach a new high, right? The truth is that it will take XRP and Ripple to a whole new